Hi, this is Ashley, and I'm updating on my 40-day water fast. I'm on day 22 right now. I haven't recorded the past couple days, I think since day 19, so this is an update of 20, 21, and now today 22. And so I'm still hanging in there. I'm still just on water. I have been um, there's been some struggles, but for the most part, I've just stuck with water. I am not doing green tea right now. I know I started to do green tea, but it just caused to have uh, just some stomach problems, and so I just really feel like right now I just can only handle water right now. But for those that can do green tea, decaffeinated is perfect if you can find it wherever you are. I had some difficulty finding just um, natural green tea, decaffeinated. But then again, I'm in Germany, so uh, they were looking at me like they didn't even know there was caffeine in green tea. So, but there's definitely caffeination in green tea. So if you can avoid the caffeine, it's the best for you and your body. But yeah, my body's doing great. Physically, I'm fine. I think I've lost 25 pounds and about 13 kilos or so. My weight loss has kind of slowed down a little bit, but it's okay. I'm not too concerned about it right now. Um, I am feeling a little bit weaker. I have some muscle aching, but I just know that I just probably need to walk a little bit more and try to keep more active if I can. So that's just about my body and about spiritually. I'm doing really great. Just really lately been upping up on my prayer time, and I really just been finding some breakthroughs just with my relationship with God. I really feel like this is definitely purposed for me to do this. It's perfect timing for our lives for me to do this. Um, my husband has been a really big support, and so uh, he's even thankful that I'm fasting because he knows he's done 3 40-day fasts himself, and I think a couple 20 or 21-day fast. And so he knows the breakthrough, and I've even seen with him fasting the breakthrough in his life and the results from it. So he's just really happy because in the time in our life right now, one of us needs to be fasting. It's just really pressing through some things because fasting causes you to not always to go to your emotions and how you feel, but really try to um, find out like what God is really saying to you. Because a lot of times, even like this past 21 days, there's so many times I could have been so emotional about things, but because of the fasting, it's kind of helped me to look at things in a different perspective. So, and like I said before, and I know I'm repeating myself, but when you just are more sensitive to God. It just is that simple when you're fasting. It just really is. And it's such a huge struggle because there are so many things that want you to stop fasting, and people, you know, maybe around you get jealous, or they see you're fasting, or they try to, because you're fasting, they feel like you're bringing condemnation on them or something like this, and this is not true. I'm fasting, and you don't have to fast if you don't want to fast. You fast because God tells you to fast. But a lot of times people put that pressure on themselves when they see someone fasting. They feel like, oh, I need to do this, or oh, I need to be this spiritual, and it's not true. Like, I'm probably the least spiritual person in situations. Like, my husband's always ready, like, let's fast. I'm like, no, I don't want to fast. I don't want to fast. Not even for a day. For the last couple years, I'm like dreading fasting. So, it's not about you being more spiritual than the next person, or just because you fast or whatever. All this stuff is just stupid. Um, Fasting is something that you feel like in yourself that you have to do this, and you feel it from God, and this is where you find the most success, and you find the most freedom, and you don't feel pressured, and don't let anyone pressure you, don't let anyone put it on you. But by encouragement, by excitement, by these things, by joy, you find yourself going into a fast because you're excited and you know that there's something that God wants to do in your life. And that's how you start your fasting. You don't fast because someone demands that you do it. Now, if a church is going on a fast, it's a little different, maybe more difficult because it's not necessarily your idea of fasting, but for corporate fasting, it's even more powerful sometimes when many people come together and fast together and pray. And this is even so powerful. So with corporate fasting, if your pastor calls you to fast, join if you can, really ask God for the grace to do it. And you'll see, I remember I fasted with my church a little bit before I married Malik, and for a whole month, I didn't fast just water, but I was so much joy, so much great breakthrough, and that just coming together with my church to fast, it was really great. It's such a great experience. So, a lot of it has to do with your attitude and your heart, in the midst of it. Like, if you're always like, I can't eat, you're gonna quit and you're not gonna continue. But if you look at, man, my body's cleaning itself, man, God is doing something, I'm more sensitive, I can pray and spend time with God. Like, it's all about your heart and your attitude in the midst of the fasting, not just I'm starving myself, So yeah, that's just about it for me today. I've really been trying to work on that, especially when I see my family eating. I try not to think about, I can't eat, this is horrible. But I actually just enjoy watching them eat. And I just thank God that my family is eating and that we have what we have. And I'm praying that I become a better cook. So, and that I'm able to feed my family more healthier. I'm able to choose foods that are better for them. So that's just it. So today's day 22. Again, I've lost 25 pounds for my weight update. And so I'm believing, expecting for another 15. That would be really great. If I can lose another 15, it would be wonderful. And that will put me back to goal. And right now, I believe I am a little bit smaller than I was when I got pregnant. So I've mostly lost all my baby weight. So I'm really excited about that. That's really was a huge burden on me, just having the baby weight on me. So another thing I just want to point out. Now, if you're fasting and you just don't want to eat and then you go back to eating the same way you were, that's a disaster. Do not do that. Take this time to change your eating habits so when you get off the fast, you don't gain all the weight back. So it's a struggle, and sometimes it's even harder than fasting because you can eat and the food's in front of you, but take this time to switch the way that you eat and eat differently. You don't need to eat as much because your stomach shrinks and all this other good stuff that I'll probably talk more about it towards the end of the fast. So I just hope everyone's encouraged, and those that are fasting with me, press through, press on. Thank you for praying for me, and we're praying for you. And until tomorrow, the next couple days, I'll see you then. Ciao.